Alright, so I've got the Primo XL400 set up and ready to go. First cook. Gonna cook these ribs at 225, 250 degrees. Gonna try to maintain at 225, but the grill, as you can see, is up, but when I put the cold meat on, it'll come back down. Got the apple cider vinegar ready to spritz. Both deflector plates in the bottom, and I did not buy the rib rack, but I had an idea. I'll show you when I put the meat on. But beautiful day, 75 degrees in Oklahoma. Cooking some baby backs. So, first cook, watched a lot of videos, got a lot of ideas. We'll see how this one turns out. Alright, smoking in Oklahoma. First cook on this Primo XL400. I did not get the rib rack, but it's just me, my wife, and my two girls. So we got 3 racks of ribs. The quality looked pretty good at Sam's, so I got 3 racks of ribs for $23. I thought that was a good deal. I normally go to my local butcher, but I'm gonna try these. I've had these at a barbecue at a friend's before. So what I did, I just went 2 levels high. Yes, I know they're gonna cook at different temperatures, but set up for complete indirect heating. Got a small fire under there, lots of charcoal, filled it up to the top like every video says to. Looked at the Big Green Eggs, looked at the Komodo Joe, but I like that stamp right there. Gonna try to support, so I'm gonna make a cart myself. I'm a bit of a hobby woodworker, so we're gonna do that. This one just has mustard and Head Country seasoning original on it. The bottom 2 have the McCormick applewood rub and mustard, you know, just to help tenderize it. Let it sit in the fridge for about 2 hours. It's set up great. The ribs had a nice bend when you picked them up, but here we go. So need to scoot these a little bit more. It did touch the top there when I closed the lid, but show you where I've got my dampers. These are very small draft there, and how this has been running, it's a little less than the width of my finger. Good to watch the fire closely till it gets to 225. Keep it there. I'm not going to look at these ribs for 1 hour, and then going to use some apple cider vinegar to spritz. Videos I've seen say 4 hours at 225. Some of them show 6 hours. So we're just going to check for tenderness, doneness, and I'll see you back in an hour. Okay, it's been 1 hour, and it has taken pretty much 45 minutes to go from 300 back to 225. This smoker is incredibly efficient on heat, so here we go. I'm gonna burp this. It's not too hot, so shouldn't have to burp it too much. Okay, ribs rolling along. There's tons of moisture on those. I am not going to spritz them. What I am going to do is add some wood chips. I just got the basic in the bag apple wood chips, but they're looking good. If you're looking, you ain't cooking, so I'm gonna get this done. See you back in another hour. We are back. 2 hours into the cook, dead on 225. I actually went skating with my daughter and my niece, and my wife just watched this, but I put some wood chips on before I left, and she messed with the damper just a little bit. So here we go. Let's see what we got. You know, the perfect amount of smoke, really. They're starting to peel away from the bone there, and the bottom ones don't seem to be cooking that much faster than the top rack. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them. Put the bottom ones on the top and the top one on the bottom, spritz them. I'll see you in another hour. There's still water in the pan. Man, this thing just, it's efficient, if I can say one thing about it. Crazy efficient. So I gotta hurry up. If you're looking, you ain't cooking. All right, just to show you this, I opened it. Hood was open for probably 60 seconds. Went down to like 150, and we're just gonna watch this. It's not that dark smoke. This is the smoke you want. There are a couple pieces of wood on there. I've noticed it just takes a minute for it to get back to clear heat. So it's already traveling up to 225. I did see a fire kind of start. Gonna kill the airflow a little bit, make sure that the flame fire dies out. But I'm telling you, this thing is well insulated on the amount of heat it's consistent at. So see, we're already at 225, and I expect it to go up a little bit, and then it'll even back out at 225. So 2 hours into the cook. I'll see you in 3, or 1 more hour, 3 hours into the cook. And again, I'm just using apple cider vinegar, and I figured out that the top just screws right onto the bottle from the spray bottle, so why dirty 2 bottles? Anyways, see you back in an hour. Okay, hour number 3, dead on 225. And normally hour number 3 is when you decide to wrap or not. Bones are not popping out yet. These are really meaty ribs. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna wrap. I'm gonna run the fire up to about 250 and use what's called the Texas Crutch, wrapping them up in foil, and laying down some brown sugar, some butter, and some honey in those, so they cook a little bit faster on this last hour. And then I'll put them back on the grill at about 325, so I don't burn all that sugar out. And I'll see you back in another hour. All right, 4 hours. Just opened the lid, so it was at 225, dead on. The ribs are done. Temperature probe said 170. Look at that, the bones are starting to pull away. They're done, so I'm gonna pull them off, let them rest for about 20 minutes. I just use a big pan. Then I'm gonna sauce them up. While I'm letting them rest, I'm gonna get this fire cranked up to about 325. Grill on the sauce, because I don't like dipping my ribs in sauce. I like them baked on. This one is gonna be It's got Head Country seasoning on it. It's going to be our dry rub. The other two, I'm going to use one of the hickory Head Country, and the other one is going to be that new Carolina mustard. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited. Going to put some garlic, Parmesan, cracked black pepper, and sea salt asparagus on the grill as well. So I'm excited. I'll check back with you for the final product, okay? Pulled the dry rub rack off the grill. These have been setting for about 20 minutes. I'm going to cut them up, but if you can see, the bones are sticking out. This one pretty much stayed dead on it. I pulled them off the grill. They went up to 175. 178 I think was the max, but I'm going to cut them up and see what kind of product we got. Okay, so I hate people smacking in videos, but I took a bite. It's a clean bite. Look at the juice. It's got the right amount of stickiness to them for dry rub. For me, I mean, look at that. Are you ready for some ribs, huh? Uh-oh. Well, I gotta get the other ones sauced up, so I may or may not do a video on those, but these turned out great. The tenderness, got a great smoke ring on that. Bada bing! Thanks for watching, guys. Head Country hickory on the left. Memphis style, not Memphis style. The mustard, Carolina mustard style on the right. My favorite. This Primo XL400, extremely efficient. I never touched the fire. Hardly touched the dampers all day. So, ended up being a 5-hour cook. Perfect temp. I'm going to let them set for about 15 minutes and grub. Y'all take care. See you next time. Alright, so after the cook, grill did phenomenal on heat retention. Stayed right on what it's supposed to. If I cook ribs again, I'm going to cook them at 250, hopefully for 4 hours. It ended up being, before they were done to what I like, it was 5 hours, a little over 5 hours. The Primo grill is great. The grates are kind of a pain to clean. Once you get barbecue sauce on them and it's burnt on, it's hard to get it off. I mean, you really have to work, and I'm using a brush, a steel brush, but heat reflector plates still smoking hot. But ribs were great at 225, 5 hours. The ribs really had a chew to them, which I enjoy. I don't like going to restaurants and them falling off the bone and being mushy, but this thing performed well. I'm used to stainless steel grates. Maybe I just need to get used to these porcelain ones, but I won't even say it's a con. It's just I'm probably gonna have to get used to them. Overall, very pleased. Phenomenal heat retention. I'm curious to see how much charcoal I used in the whole cook. Never worried about running out today, never worried about having to add any. It was really set it, forget it, set the flues to where they needed to be, but great product.